Round one. Fight! Round two. Fight! Final round. Fight! Ed wins. Round one. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Final round. Fight!
Welcome everyone to Juicy Goes Online, the Street Fighter V tournament today. We are here on a beautiful Tuesday to watch some Street Fighter V action as we get ready for the CPT NA East 2 that's coming this weekend. But before we get to the fisticuffs, actually we've been running a little bit of the fisticuffs. Before we get to more of the fisticuffs, let's run those introductions. My name is St. Cola, and I am joined with
Spin Infinite RJ, your boy, having a little bit of streaming as a blow up, but we're here. We're in this.
You're right, dog.
Just want to say, speaking of CPT, congratulations, St. Cola, for landing a spot. It's going to be commentating that this weekend and laying it down, laying down the law.
Bro, they should have never let a man like me on CPT. I told them, but they said, listen, this is what the people want. And so I'll give the people what they want. But, before that, I'm going to give the people a little taste of what's to come. And we are going to be coming into some more Street Fighter V matches. It's a pretty decent turnout. If we look at the bracket, we just had Marusen fight Shadow
Ace.
Shadow Ace, yeah. So Shadow Ace, he took it 2-0. Close matches, though. Marusen, an Akuma player that's I like to watch because I kind of like the way that he plays in terms of using the V-reversal. Well, not a lot of Akuma players use that, but at the same time, Shadow Ace, I know he's a fan favorite for you because he's a Ed player, and Ed players gotta stick together.
I can't stay biased, but he's been playing really well every week. The Atlanta Invaders, him and Alex Dot just coming in every week and just doing their thing, And right now, Alex Dot Lazunoko, that gill hair is covering his name. Interesting.
Yeah, Capcom. We gotta talk about that one.
I've never seen that before.
I think Nakali's hair does the same thing too. And Abigail, he covers up a part of the screen. I remember that being a big thing back when those characters came out. They're like, discover the screen. Now we're gonna see the health bar. But I'll tell you one thing: you're not gonna see too much of Gil just in general. He'll be on that. This character is very weak, but at the same time, Lazunoko has been doing the work every single week. Has won in GC game 9, and now the carry right there. What a call out!
Very nice.
Follow up. That's not the trigger.
Munching away.
And this character's super annoying. Blanca been like that. But Alex Dot, one of those Olympic ones too.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting close to stun too. Oh, there it is. Alex Dot playing aggressive every single game too. Not many players have been able to really respond to this Blanca ball. It's just this aggressive playstyle.
Round 2.
That comes from I was listening to some of Rob TV stuff. He was playing one of the Blanca players out there, and he was like, honestly, this character's neutral is not that good. Like, Blanca's neutral is not that good. He has to rely a little bit on the trick side. I think that's how the character kind of been. You have to take a look at this character. So I get it. Like, you gotta play a little tricky. But if you're not aware of those things, Alex Dot will run a trade. But at the same time, he doesn't bring these. I think Alex Dot as you saw there, escape the corner. But now, let's see what he does with it. Trigger on the deck.
Just trying to get in there, get to the cross though. Block the ball again.
We're backing off. But again, you see all that butter to work with. And with Gil, you have to have butter to work with. You have to have Bill. You have to have butter to work with this character. You have to have trigger, nice, jumps out of the command grab. That's why I say nice, brother. He only needs like one bar to really beat Alex. The anti-air. And you hate to see, he was gearing up for like a crouching heavy punch or some sort of anti-air on the deck, but at the same time, just a little bit too late on the trigger. And Alex just comes to the skies, dog.
Who said Blanca players don't have neutral? Who said that?
It's not that they don't have neutral. It's that their character doesn't allow for the greatest of neutral. Their character doesn't have good neutral. But at the same time, on the other hand, some people would say that Blanca players just do gimmicky stuff all day. But that's why Alex Dot, he stands above the rest. He is above many other Blanca players because he's the one that's he's the one out of the pack. He's in the front of the pack, man.
He's definitely great neutral hits is good. Yeah, controls the chaos, and just knows these scramble situations. Pressure. There's a stun too.
He said the light right there opens him up to get the EX ball. The sweep right there, finisher. The throw. But there's the bite. The bite. on the shimmy and the scoop.
He just said, "Let me step back and kiss myself."
Fight.
So that was a key of a sequence right there. Lazunoko making a look at the stain on the wall with the throw. And Lazunoko, you see that a lot of what comes from Lazunoko in terms of his exchanges, a lot of them come from the parries, right? Like, he's not getting parries off. It doesn't seem like there's much coming from him in the neutral. I'd like to see more. But right now, we might not see more. Oh, never mind. The activation, but no conversion off of that. That could have been big.
Alex Dawson. Okay, there's a trade.
He's staring at him. He's staring at him. RJ,
Wow.
he looked at him. He stared his prey down before he went to devour. Hour. But this ain't Nakai. This is Blanca. And this is Alex taking that spot. Moving on in winners.
And a quick 2-0 there. I mean, man. It's like, what is the answer? What is the answer to this chaos, this pandemonium from Blanca?
I mean, I think a part of it has to come from being able to deal with the Blanca ball, and I'm not 100% sure what Gil can do. Maybe on reaction, like he can do the parry, but or maybe he can do the laureate in response. I'm not 100% sure, but it didn't seem like Lazunoko had many answers in general. So you gotta, Lazunoko not on this just yet. That was winner side, so he will be able to work his way possibly to the loser side and make a return. We have seen him do work in this tournament, so I wouldn't be surprised. But again, there's a lot of players coming through here, and a lot of people I see in the chat as well. Julia Hahn, shout out to you. Be on the Wanted series. We'll be seeing you tomorrow on Damascus's channel. Shout outs to shout out Ace Dog. I see you doing that work with the Ed Boys out here. And shout outs to all the people coming through, playing and watching this great Street Fighter 5 action, getting ready for the CPT. If you're in the East Side, I hope you signed up. I hope to see you in the bracket this week, because man, it's gonna be some hot action. And what better place to practice than Juicy Game Night, right? Than your locals.
And I mean, Florida's got a CPT qualifier of their own too here, don't they?
I mean, for Florida, it would be the East. So like, you'll see Rob. So I know Rob TV's signed up. I don't think Dual Kevin signed up. I think he was too much in the Warzone area. He's in the Warzone vortex. Rushdown signed up though, and you know that's gonna be delicious. You know that's gonna be tight.
Always good to see some Urians.
You know what? You gotta deal with him. DR Mandrake. Dr. Mandrake, and I call him Doctor, not DR Mandrake, because he's surgical. He'll be coming through also to Gatekeep as well, last I checked. And you guys can check out that Smash.gg on the official Capcom channel and check out who's coming through. Because I told you, man, I'm excited. Because there's so many rivalries that have been born in the scene lately because of the exhibitions, the smack talk on Twitter, man. Rushtron trying to preserve his honor of just being the great heel that he is. And all the things that come from all these great, series and stuff like that. If it's not in tournament, it's like, the Heat Check, shout out to Danny Pham in that series. Really do an exhibition like a first of 10, and people get a little heated, Zapparino and them. Zapparino just beat Rushdown, and, his words were like, I beat you with a low-tier character or something, man. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, you love to see it. You love to see it on the West as well. I'm really loving the rivalry of Punk and Samurai. They seem to always play each other during Wednesday night fights. CPT as well would have been an interesting, outcome if things had gone a different way. But I feel like that, for me, is one of my favorite rivalries to watch, just because of the difference in personality, the difference in play style. Where you have Punk, who's very outspoken, not afraid to tell you what's on his mind, and of course plays a little bit more aggressively with Karen. And then Samurai, who's the quiet, calculating type. And it's just like two opposites coming at each other every week. Good stuff.
It is. And I love how, Pink is, he switches his character, Punk, Pink, whatever, switches his character off like every single week. And, just seeing Samurai have to make the adjustments to that. But now we see a more serious side. And like you said, that's a great rivalry. But we do have some here. Tachi's Legacy out here, kind of making a name later, like more in this bracket. Has one, I believe one. I think it was last week or the week before that. No, it was 2 weeks ago that he had won the tournament, and he did so with a version of Blanca that we don't really see, a more calm version of Blanca, because Blanca, like I said before, isn't really, doesn't really have the strongest neutral game. So he's got to implement some of the tricks and treats that he's known for. He's been known for, and it's really cool to see someone work around that kind of weakness and implement their style. Also, yes, I'm not going to be doing Salt Mine League this upcoming weekend. I'll leave it to somebody else for that, but I will return. Do not worry. I'm not going to slow down. I told the people on Twitter, I'm not slowing down, dog. I thought about it. And I said, you know what? I ain't slowing down. It ain't over. Just like the Street Fighter 5 action isn't over, Shadow Ace versus Itachi's Legacy. I know you've been keen to watch this one, huh?
I have to hold back and not be biased, but it's just so hard, you know. It's just so hard, especially when it's my costume too. Just not the right color, but still.
That's your costume, man. Don't you guys? Didn't you have like a didn't a meeting to say, hey, this is my costume. I'm doing EX3. You can have costume colors too, nostalgia or whatever. Like that's yours. Like y'all didn't have a meeting for this?
Hey man, as long as you land those EX Psycho uppers, it's all good. At the end of the day, but Shadow is rocking the usual one and the trigger one.
Yeah, I don't think that's a. I was gonna say that's not really a bad option, a bad loadout because you does have to be skilled to get through the fireballs. But at the same time, you look at a character like Yuri who can change his mark, implement the moves in the middle of the combos and things like that, or just kind of break out. So you gotta be careful about those things. So that boosting the fireball may not even matter. Now that it's going for the offensive, gets a throw, gets a crush, press the button.
Oh, missed the V skill though. That's okay, blue ball's activated. Uh-oh.
Oh! What? Man for the head. That, I feel like that could have been the turnaround right there for Tachi's Legacy. That could have been the turnaround, right? Like that, the bounce off right there.
Yeah, the timing of that was just, that was scary.
You know, I also was sitting here talking about Blanca before, but now Tachi's Legacy is going for the a very common pick in the online arena of the CFN, dog. You know, you see a lot of this character super strong, hard to react to the dashes, even online. And that skill 2, the thing that they gave him with that has made his gameplay stronger, hard to zone him out, and add something against Fireball. So it's going to make this even harder. So good pick by Tachi's Legacy. Let's see. It's not really working out too much. Shadow Ace already has the first round, looking for a second.
Let's see. That ball that can either
but
combo
the
video?
to be continued right here. Trying to see it, man. Trying to see the combo video, dog. I want to see what you learned in training mode. Let me. I didn't see it, man. Just a thing. You make all those.
There we go.
Yeah, it's gonna be enough. Yeah, it's gonna be enough to do it. Shadow Ace taking it. And listen, other people can take turns on the mic. It's all good. All right, you know, for the Salt Mine League, I'm sure whoever comes up will be perfectly fine. Just as fine as Shadow Ace with those conversions and dealing with a bad matchup. You see, here's the thing, people. There are matchups that are difficult, you know, for your character, right? Like, you know this. RJ, you suffer with this character.
I want to say Ed versus crouching characters because Ed doesn't have an overhead, so it's like you got to get creative here. It's the
ones
one
that
thing.
don't let you get them opened up, like, you got to throw them a lot, right? Like, I was gonna say I know this about Bison, but at the same time, Bison's pressure is a lot better. So, but at the same time, like, what happens on paper isn't always translated to what happens in the match. What happens in the match might be completely, absolutely different, and we saw that right there. Tachi's Legacy wasn't able to get the V-trigger stuff going on. The fireball game wasn't a big, prevalent issue, and there wasn't too many things that we saw, you know, from Urian players in that match that usually matters. So he's probably gonna go for a switch, I would imagine, right? We're in the Battle Lounge. We go back to that place. We're probably gonna see a switch. But Tachi's Legacy has an Ibuki, has a Blanca, and I think those characters could do, you know, fairly well, maybe a little bit better in terms of being more comfortable with that, with you know what he's used to, right?
Yeah, and actually last week, Tachi's Legacy with that Blanca was doing really, really well against Shadow Ace because he couldn't really respond to the Blanca balls at all. He just kind of laid back and just kind of took it, you know? Didn't even try to challenge it with any EX Psycho uppers, which, oh, we got Ibuki though.
There we go. This is what we've known Itachi's Legacy for, right? The Ibuki pick. Yo, shoutouts also, yo, Lazadoke, I see you. I hope I make it hype for y'all. I really do. I'll make it hype for you anywhere. That's why I'm gonna make it hype for you in this match. He's going for the Ibuki. This is the one that I've known him for, right? That you know, when I carouse the CFN and things like that, when I've watched Juicy before, it's the Ibuki pick.
Alright, Shadow Ace saying get over here, trying to get something going with that V skill. Itachi's Legacy, there we go, gets a crush.
Yeah, crush counter right here. Oh, interrupts the dash. A good full combo right there. Wasn't a counter hit, but the jabs coming out the flickers. Buff this season. A little bit safer to throw out. You know, not as punishable, but this did not land. You see that the bomb did land at the feet, didn't get the pickup. Shadow Ace going in. What's going to happen here? More to work off with the V skill to put it back in the corner.
Ooh, just parachutes right over that.
The Super Mario, dog. We out of there. Unloads the whole clip. Let's do it.
Oh, there we go.
Not a big mix, and this is bad. When Ibuki doesn't really have resources, she's not nearly as strong, but she still has some decent pressure on the ground. You see here the crush, gets the throw, the corner pressure looking long right here.
Nice jump in though from Shadow Ace. Activate
Himself a
again.
heavy
Oh,
kick.
goes right
Oh, but the
through.
Rida knew how to get through that projectile. That was a smart stuff from Itachi's Legacy. And that's the thing. He was super comfortable with this character. He knows how to deal with the projectiles and things like that. This is where, maybe the character he needed to pick in the first place, right? He knew how to deal with that B trigger activation right there, using the projectile involved on the EX Rida to be able to move on through. And now we're seeing a different Itachi's Legacy.
Definitely a lot more confident now. EX. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Psycho upper.
The tried and true, the classic for Ed players right there.
It's like
right?
when in doubt. When in doubt.
That's something that happens so often. Like someone hits you with an EX uppercut, you want to do it to him too. My man's about to do it to him with the V trigger. Didn't get anything off that. Didn't get a big mix, but Itachi's Legacy is on the precipice of losing it.
One thing I've noticed too from Shadow Ace is he's really good at just building up that meter and then conserving his resources. Like again, full meter. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
What a reaction. My man had it locked and loaded, let it fly. And the thing is, just as you were saying, having the meter management is smart. Only had to use one bar, so he goes to this next one, being able to build another bar and get to super potentially.
Already so close too.
Closer. I like to back off to wait for the bait for the EXDP right there. Itachi's Legacy. Starting to get a little bit too much stun, has to back off. Chilling out, throwing up the kunai.
Why not? But
Lands it.
Kansas in this super. I don't think this is gonna kill though.
I'm holding my tongue. James Shen, where are you?
Yes,
Enough to kill.
a little
You were
bit.
right. You were correct. The gut scaling up to save him. Unloads the whole
Oh.
clip again. Ninja Star.
Jumps right
Dodges
over
it.
it.
Good hops right there, feeling froggy. Itachi's Legacy gets clipped, and that'll do it right there. Shadow Ace going low. Make him say Figaro, Figaro.
Red wins.
That was strong stuff from Shadow Ace just in general, right? Like you saw how Shadow Ace just was like, hey man, cool. Like I see that you want to deal with the projectiles. I'm not gonna throw those many out, right? I'm gonna use the V skills and lock you down and keep you down and just catch you walking back. You saw Itachi's Legacy try to walk back quite a bit, and a lot of lows came out to convert into DPs to get the finish right there. Itachi's Legacy, not just yet though. But it was still a good match. Again, it's always good to see that variety, dog. It's always good to see the Ed players come through, see different types of characters come through. That's why you come and watch these locals, because where else would you get Ed action like this? Where would you see the Ed boys at?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed for my state right now.
Oh, sorry, Alex.
It hurts, doesn't it?
It hurts.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we got a Georgia winners finals.
That's true. Alex Dot waiting for Shadow Ace in winners finals.
That's right. And then in losers quarterfinals, we have Itachi's Legacy going to be facing off against Jay Caesar, and then Laz Unoko versus Maru-san. I've been looking at Maru-san as a player who has kind of been on the up and up in terms of how their Akuma has been developing. They're like a few decisions away from getting into fourth place, third place, getting stronger and stronger. So definitely hyped to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, he's not also unfamiliar for winning a Juicy before. It's just now he's like, where are the people at? And they're like, oh, now they're here.
Got some of your game, on the West Coast side of things, when they started introducing the entire coast, now it's like a toss-up of who's going to win. So when you start introducing more of that talent, you start pulling in more people, right? You start guiding them in, it creates a bigger pool and bigger, a lesser chance for you to win. That means you got to work even harder, which is better for the viewership and actually better for the players because that means they have to play even harder. They got to, you know, no more matchups, and that makes them just get stronger at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I love to see it.
We've got to adapt with these times, these trying times, and I mean, what better way to learn some new character matchups, play against some new people? I know that the netcode might not be the greatest, but we have found a way to persevere.
And
I mean,
players
What are you
are
talking
willing to
about?
try it.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
perfect.
man.
What are you talking about?
Oh man, you already ready for this weekend, huh?
Let's just say I'll make some faces, but I won't say anything.
Oh, it's
That's
okay.
it. That's all. Yeah.
They won't have the cameras on you when you're making those faces.
We'll
You
see.
never
We'll see.
know.
I'll have some faces ready. You never know because they've done somewhere where when they did the bop when Idom cut off and Red was like
right.
staring at the camera directly, and I'm like, please don't let that be me, like because VR Magic is coming through, and he is already situated. So I'm like, man, please just play out your matches. Everyone, just please. This is the last spot, but at the same time, this is the last spot. So again, this is why people are coming through this tournament right here, also to get ready for that last spot. Like when it's when it says 2 on the end, right? That's when things like start picking up even more because you had one chance and it's gone. Now this is the last one, right? Like you had your chance in the first one that was like, oh yeah, I'm figuring stuff out, whatever. Now this really is the final, and if you don't come in first place, you get nothing. If you're second, you get the same as last place.
Yep, it's literally all on the line. Is Idom playing in this one?
He wouldn't do it. I asked him, and he wouldn't do it. Idom, unfortunately, will not be playing.
I don't blame him, but at the same time, I don't know how I feel about that because we've already got one person gatekeeper. Having 2 in there though, imagine like a Mandrake Idom Grand Finals. What
I
would
would
that
love
even
it.
be for?
Ooh.
For fun, for hype, bro. For the pride, dog. For the pride, and also to see, who's where they are at, right before the finals right here. But we're seeing Shadow the side switch,
Making some
pull
quick
down. Jimmy, there we go. Gets a throw.
Making quick work here in round 1 against Alex Dot Dot. You gotta say the whole name, people. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. Alex Dot Dot.
I remember when I started here, people were like, you don't have to see the dot dot. Man, put the dot dot on the name. Put the respect on the name.
Exactly.
So like actual dots or the word or
That blue music. From there we go. That is the answer that Shadow Ace was not doing last week against Blanca. It's like wind up in the pitch. Oh, swing and a miss.
Unfortunate. Yeah. My man was miles away from that ball right there. V reversal gets caught. He was aware. He was awake. He got to have the no-dos on, dog. The back away from Shadow Ace, using that movement of the character to back away, not trying to get caught by anything, but getting chased to the other side of the corner. Yeah, you see a little bit more of that aggression. Had to push forward a little bit. Falls in the fireball.
Nice.
Here. Shadow Ace trying to get things going on.
So far, so good for Shadow. It's just being able to stuff a couple of these Blanca balls early. Oh, not that one, though. Commentator's curse.
It's the EX.
Oh
this
my
actually
God.
Nope, not enough. Doesn't have any bar to finish it off.
Oh.
But that'll do it right there. Just a check on the shins, dog. Scuff up the shoes. And you got those at Payless.
It's a fine establishment.
I don't even know if Payless even exists, to be honest.
I haven't been to a mall in, when did COVID happen?
Who even knows, man? I don't even remember a BC, dog. The before COVID era. I don't even remember that time period.
Alright, I may have given Alex Dot Dot some confidence here, because now he's a lot more aggressive. His Blanca ball's coming out, jumping around.
Attack. I like the decision to go for V trigger 1 to really lay on the pressure with the ball, really lock down the neutral. We haven't really seen it been used too much. Shadow Ace using the reversal a little bit too much for the defensive factor to get away from things. EXDP though, speaking of reversals, that's one on deck.
And here comes Alex Dot Dot again.
In the corner, yeah, you had to do it. See that? Gets a corner push. You have to deal with this on the screen. You can't make a bad decision. Counter hit,
Beautiful.
and that hit will do it. Just
That's
enough. Shadow Ace.
And that's exactly what you got to do with that ball once it comes out. You can create scramble situations. You can trap opponents who are trying to jump in. There's so many possibilities with it, and I feel like it's kind of been overlooked for some players.
I think a lot of players, wasn't it Little Evil that had said that triggers the way, like VT1 is away, right?
He was so against it for the longest time, and then finally he's like, all right, I guess I'm gonna switch. I guess I'm gonna try this.
Sometimes, for that solidity, that's all you need is to find that right toolkit, right? Especially with these characters in this season, it's actually, still kind of hard to suss out matchups and what is, proper and what's not for some characters, and that's definitely one of them. EX, the DP pickup right after, great tech, stays alive, you knew it was fake. The flicker, switches sides, what's that punch with the heavy? Gets the slide into right after. Just a nice little throw right here with the micro walk, slide activation, knew it was coming. That's strange, but too much oppression just yet. How many EXCPs are we going to be seeing? How many?
Not any anytime soon because he's got no meter, but all right, reverses out of that corner. Good defense here from Shadow Ace. Oh, no.
Oh, back throw.
Oh man, I'm just gonna stop talking. That's basically what I have to do now. I have to stop talking.
This is unfortunate. All right, I'm gonna need Alex Dot to reach in there, something deep in the south, and get primal with it. I'm gonna need him to go. I need that to be playing in his head. That's what the Blanca players. You know how when they feel themselves, they start playing that song in their head to get going. That's what he has to do. There's nothing in his head right now. Just emptiness. Back though. Here we go. Is the song playing? Is the beat playing in his head?
It's in his heart.
Is this what he needs? Blanca ball dash up. Interrupt right here. I'd like him introducing more Blanca balls to interrupt that pressure right here off the web. E reversal.
Oh my
EXDP the bust out. Yo, disrespect, but you have a little bit more health to play with. Not a bad idea. Patient from Shadow Ace. B reversal. It's out of there.
I swear, he's just listening to us. Alex Dot has one ear with an earbud in listening to us going, okay, you rooting for this, Ed? Let me do this. Let me throw some shenanigans out here.
Yo, stop cheating, dog. Stop cheating. It is the first of 3, so there's a lot of games to play here. A lot of room to adjust oneself and make sure that you are, still prepared. This is winners finals, people. To determine who's going to be in the grand final side, on winner's side, and already evened up. You don't want it to be a blowout.
I want this to be a back and forth.
Nobody wants a blowout. That's just how it is fighting games. You don't want to see a blowout because that means, someone didn't play at their strongest or at their best, or it was just a bad, matchup in terms of player skill set. It's just unfortunate. You want to see the closer you get to see the variance between the playstyle, the how the matchup goes. And the first 3 is the perfect time to see that.
Shadows activate again. Alex Dot just reverses through that.
The dash up throw, tech to not eat some of that health. Try to get the coward jump. Actually gets the EXP though. Shadow Ace is super strong.
One other option he does have after the end of that combo is the Psycho Knuckle, but the V trigger is a little bit more flashy. Does look more cool, but it is a little bit more difficult to execute.
That's fair. I like that V reversal. Almost offensive V reversal. Guy on the other side was able to recover in time. Alex Dot not aware. Shadow Ace looking to go up to 2, and you gotta have that. And a long set, you want to go up immediately. You gotta do it now. But here we go. Gets the throw. That's a stun. And actually,
every time we hit something,
he's gonna spin the bar.
He does.
He's gonna spin the bar. RJ, you were right.
He heard you. He's listening to us right now. Gets the perfect play. Still one more round to go for both of them.
And now he goes into this round with no bar to work with. That means no reversal. And with this character having no 3 frame, it's only got a 4 frame. The reversal situations become a little bit on the lighter side, right?
Yeah, I think.
Closer.
Oh, but he's.
Oh, the super.
It's mind games at this point. They're just like, you're gonna super on me, super on you.
Corner position right here. Shadow Ace though, DP. Outside back, pushing back to the screen for the jump in. Shadow Ace, again in good position. That gave him the health lead right there. He gets to play the way he wants to. It's the ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, he's
It's
loving
the EX double dash.
Loving it.
Try to get the inside overhead. Didn't work out. And now, I thought could come back. He's got B-Trigger, but no
Nice.
go. Shadow Ace on the 2, dog. There's 2 on up for Shadow Ace looking to go in the winner's side of Grand Finals. And this is, again, every week we see something different, right? In terms of the players that come through, and also in terms of the variety. Having an Ed win, I'm just saying, man, like when Hypite used to do those things where it was like the different areas who won, they used to showcase in this section someone won from that was a Sim player, and someone won that was an Ed player. Man, I wish that was still going on because we might be seeing an Ed win. We also might be seeing a Blanco win because Alsadot now it's just yet, so it's got to make up too. It's a long road ahead of him.
Yeah, you have to wonder what online has done in terms of different characters being seen in winners and grand finals. Because the other thing too is it's not just about character familiarity. It's also you're playing against the netcode. I mean, I'm gonna say it, you're playing against the netcode. There are some characters that are just better because of this netcode.
It is harder to react to dashes, actually harder to confirm. So you might see some weaknesses and changes the playstyle. Pulls him in with a B-trigger ball. Gets the EXDP on the pick of the OTG, baby. Some lockdown. The check again. I'll take it to go. It's a Shadow Ace. Dog.
One away now. One away.
Super strong here. It's caught by the electricity. A little bit of a static shock. Like the back dash right here. Gotta counter him, but is getting the flicker damage on. Opens him up low. You see that Alex.Dot is not checking his toes. Across a B reversal.
Oh, but right into the EX. Another one.
Yeah, we're throwing those out, man. Shadow Ace, he's up rounds. He's up games. He can play risky at this point. He can play it his way, right? Like, he's fine to do these things. But EX, land sweep, did not have B-trigger activation, but now he does off that B skill. The chase down, but tries the hot pursuit. Return. So trying to even things out. The cross up. On the other side, good block. Shadow Ace not getting pieced up.
Oh, that
Coming in time. Still alive.
Watch out for the ball. Okay, EX right through it. Oh
game.
my God.
EX slide. Alex.Dot stays alive. He's still in it to win it. Alex.Dot got to do this now because he needs to tie this up to 2-2, right? And start the momentum, start the game plan going.
Yeah, Shadow Ace got a little too comfortable at the end there.
Charging up, set plan.
Next.
Get some dive bomb right there.
Oh,
EX coming through.
right into it.
Anti-air. Back though. Alex.Dot really good about switching positions and trying to get those ranges where he can work at his most optimal. And having that screen space, which is super important in a game like this. You don't want to be caught in the corner. Well, against any character. Every character has their own brand of goofiness when they put you in the corner. I like the EX also get away from that B-trigger.
Good jump in there from Shadow Ace.
Not a super just yet. Find that final hit to do it. Activation from Alex.Dot. Hits him low. EX though.
Oh man.
Reversal. Shadow Ace just sees that final hit, but so is Alex.Dot. Either person can take this. Shadow Ace looking for the buffer and the stupor. Maybe even like one good combination, to be honest. Alex.Dot just needs to check like a jab. Jumping heavy kick, jumping heavy punch. Any of those things can come out on the heavier side of things. EX.
Oh,
Throw to do it. Alex.Dot. Still in it 2-2 now.
Blanco wins.
Hey, we're getting the back and forth.
This is what we wanted. This is what the people wanted. But I bet both these players didn't want this. And when you're positioned, when you're Shadow Ace, you definitely want to end it now. You don't want them to be able to come back like this because that's showing signs that they're acclimating to your play and that your play is lacking in some way. So this is a bad sign. Shadow Ace got to clean things up and make sure everything's on the lockdown. Interrupt right here. Does it again. This time a counter hit.
that throw. And a crush
Gets a crush.
counter.
Yeah, pick up right there to get a combo though. It's a throw, B reversal. I like that offensive B reversal to keep him in the corner and gets a throw. Gray life building up, but the crush. Here we go, using the V trigger.
Ooh,
the mix.
nice.
What's on the menu? It's mix time. Ace trying to get the cross up for the V reversal, puts it back in the corner. Does it again and builds up that gray life. I like it. You're building up gray life, but on the other side, the switch up right here.
Oh, man. Not looking good here. Shadow Ace just kind of. Oh!
Kind of
EX
what?
Blanca ball.
He's kind of getting pieced up. He's kind of getting pieced up, and we're kind of seeing Alex Dot make the return. Alex Dot on match point now, sweeping back.
He's a shark in the water. Once the aggression from Alex Dot picked up and Shadow Ace started kind of easing back, that's when the momentum really shifted. And right now, Alex Dot's just thinking, I'm a shark, you're my prey, I just gotta keep on fighting.
You gotta keep chomping, dog. Keep those chompers chomping. But here's the V-trigger activation. Nice. Able to get out of the situation. Goes right for the super. Spin the bar. Inexpensive, make up a difference. But you know what? At the same time, you gotta do it now. What's he gonna be using that bar for? Let's see if it works out, though. Alex Dot has got a bar of his own to work with. You gotta be super careful with your Shadow Ace.
Oh,
EX catches him outside the sky. The slide follow. I didn't know you could do that, to be honest.
it's like going up the connects. Shadow Ace trying to make a comeback here. Oh no!
Oh, the whip! That's so unfortunate.
Oh my god, that cost him. That one hurts.
Blanca win.
I feel it.
And you know what's super sad about that? My man was shooting to the skies, and it was a solid minute before Alex Dot was like, "Listen, I'm gonna give you seconds so you can ruminate on your mistake." And I'm not mistaken when I say it is Alex Dot who is moving on Grand Finals winner's side.
What a back and forth that was. I mean, Shadow Ace anticipating Alex Dot to just jump up and activated that P skill. Alex Dot said, nope, not today.
Good games already got, some Blanca at play, just like you guys, like we told you guys before, you haven't seen that kind of play before. You haven't seen this kind of stuff before because, to be honest, this doesn't happen at every single local. That's the great thing about seeing different locals. There's different varieties and flavors. When you go travel to a tournament, you always try the different flavors. You always try what's out there, different restaurants and things like that. You always try the local, eateries and things like that. It's the same sort of thing here too. That's why you come to Juicy Game Night, Street Fighter V, to see the new, the different stuff, all right? You see that, get that variety in your life, and also get a slight preview of what's to come for the CPT, and actually beyond, because obviously, beyond the CPT, there's only one spot. I'm sure, there's a lot of players that aren't going to make it, obviously, but at the same time, they're going to be working hard for that offline grind. There's nothing wrong with getting ready, coming through the locals, and nothing wrong with people who maybe not go to these locals, take a peek at what's going on.
Yeah, the grind never stops. If you're able to find an online event that does accept your region, your area, sign up. Most of them are free. Most of them cost you absolutely nothing. Some of them also provide Matcherino prize pools for the winners. I mean, this is honestly, 2020 is not a year to be looked at as, oh, this is the year everything just kind of stopped and died. No, this is the year to just grind, whether or not it's in the spotlight. Grind in the shadows, mold yourselves, build yourselves up so that when we have offline events again, you can emerge a better, stronger version of you. This isn't like, oh, I'm going to be sad, I'm going to be sitting at home doing nothing. No, this is, you know what? We have something called the internet. Use it.
You're right. All the resources, all the time in the world, you might as well use that time and effort wisely and get better at this game. And we'll be having some better matches as we move on.
Use the time to get better internet.
Tell the people. Plug it in, plug it in. You know the motto. Plug it in, plug it in. There are certain players out there.
50% of you. 50% of you.
Dang, where do those numbers come from?
There's this thing called a cable. It plugs into one end and into another. And it gives you a faster, stable internet.
It makes the experience better for you, not only you, and also your opponent. Those numbers came from a recent Tekken or actually it was like a roundtable between the developers and the Tekken developer. Harada had said 50% of you out there are not plugging it in, dog. A lot of you are on that Wi-Fi, so
Oh
you
no.
know
And that was
we can make that echo better, but you can help us out too.
you can get a Ethernet cable, and that wasn't even just Japan. That wasn't North America. That was the world.
So half the world just goes on Wi-Fi. That's crazy.
But on that
Well,
note, I will say this: it's almost like someone who cares about cars versus someone who's just a casual driver, where it's like you have your mom with her minivan, but then you have the guy who's got a Subaru RX. He's working on it every day, got custom engines, custom parts. The FGC, I think, is kind of like that. Whereas we care about the little things like that, but to the casual fighting game player, they might just be like, "Oh, it's Wi-Fi. I can connect to the internet. It's good enough." So at the same
You're
time,
right.
if you're a developer, why not just make an experience that can cater to both and make it better for everybody instead of just the hardcore scene that really wants to take this to the next level? Speaking of the next level, though, these fireballs though from Lazunoko and Jay Caesar.
Yo, shout out to the Fight Factory rating with a party of 6. Hope you guys are gonna be enjoying this great Street Fighter 5 action with us. We got some Gil on the deck, a rare character, but speaking of rare characters, he's on the the front of the box, and sometimes the back, depending on what region you're in. It's Ryu. On the other hand, Jay Caesar, a person who plays multiple characters, and a character which people really don't see much. But Jay Caesar trying to do the work with this character, and this is a matchup where I still feel like Gil does very well. He's got the parry to deal with the fireballs, but you have the damage, you can make it count.
As much as this hurts me to say, Ryu's still a very viable character.
Oh yeah, of course. Like, I think every character in this game is actually viable, but he's got to work harder than everybody else, right? The Karate Man's got to really put the work down to get things going. He doesn't have the mix that other characters do, and so that's why he's kind of looked down upon. And the parry system is good for him, but it's no Gil, right? Great jump in. Speaking of Gil, gets it right into the super. You know what's coming, baby. It's time for the Seraphic Wing. And that's enough to give him the lead. If you're Lazunoko, you back off. You back off right now. 6 seconds on the clock. You see him, the chase down. Look at the sand in the wall with this throw. Look at the sand in this wall. You did this. Put his face in it. Lazunoko. I love how he played that. He knew he was coming in for it. Jay Caesar had to make up the difference. And Lazunoko caught him coming in. Hit him with the crouch, and then also the throw too. Ooh, good stuff. Lazunoko got the lead.
Oh, we got parries. Are we playing third strike right now?
Gotta have those on the deck, dog. It builds up the bar. But at the same time, Lazunoko not parrying too many fireballs from Jay Caesar, making the timing a little bit too hard to kind of grasp. You gotta be able to grasp the situation there. Fireball for a fireball. Nice. There's the parry, but now Jay Caesar getting a bit closer, making the fireballs a lot harder to read in terms of the parry. Now Lazunoko coming on in. No, never mind. Backing off closer and closer to the wall. You gotta be super careful here.
All right,
Tots
is
in,
in, but
Retribution. See the damage? When you're able to spin the bar and make it count, it hurts.
right now, Jay Caesar still trying to get in, dashes in, activate right there. There's a throw.
EX. Let's cross him up. Charging it. Oh, you thought this was third strike, son? Not out here. Not in these streets. We Street Fighter 5, my friend.
Oh, but you gotta watch out.
Parry that. Yeah, you gotta be careful about throwing fireballs so you can actually react, hit the 2 buttons, and catch the startup of the fireball. Get caught, or take him out for a parry. Lazunoko in a great lead, and there's the anti-air V trigger, flames to the sky. Good stuff by Lazunoko, holding onto it and letting it rip right at the end there.
And this is loser semi, so it is only going to be a 1st to 2. Jay Caesar, what are the adjustments that he's got to make? Because I didn't really see him get much trying to just fireball and get his way in, but Lazunoko is very patient.
I think there's two important things. If you're Jay Caesar, you really have to understand that, like, the first thing is when the time is down, when it's like at a certain point, Lazunoko has many ways of laming you out, of laming this character out. Like, Gil has many ways of laming out Ryu. You have to recognize that and start making the offense a little bit earlier in the match. The second thing I would like to see is maybe a few more view reversals, if necessary, instead of going for B-Trigger. I don't think it's very important in this matchup because the parry game is still very strong, and we haven't seen too many of the B-Trigger fireballs land. Get that hard knockdown and get the gray life so that when you hit him, it's going to hurt even more. And you see him build the bar up, and maybe let Lazunoko throw out those balls so you can parry them.
Kind of just a repeat of what we were seeing last match. Here comes the Gil stuff.
Dog, this might be, with the extended features. You see how he got that retribution combo, extending it all the way to the corner right here. A little bit more to spin, but walks right into the EX Fireball DP ender right here from JC.
Again, Lazunoko's got his friends Pyro and Cryo. Cryo.
Cryo.
Cryo and Pyro.
Pyrokinesis. I love how he says that. No more. He hits him with a no more. Best parry in the game, to be honest. Lazunoko using the great effect, comes on in, but there's a punish that's minus, my friend.
Alright, JC's are in again. Lazunoko in that corner, trying to jump out.
This is the aggression we wanted to see before. The turnaround before. And it's Lazunoko who did have the lead when the timeouts were coming. But now Jay Caesar is the one. Uh-oh, here's a throw. One more hit for either person. Wake up, DP! Doesn't even cook it in the EX. No slathered, no lathered. Just does it raw, dog. You hear Gordon Ramsay in the back saying, it's raw. He's punching it.
Tried to parry that other fireball. Lazunoko just comes right in.
I like that decision. He's kind of been setting it up for this entire set to come on through with the Laureate right there, right after, and setting up Jay Caesar to go for the parry and he punishes. And now he's been put in the corner. Caesar gotta be super careful. And against a character like this, you don't want to tech. You do not want to tech because if he makes you damage, that's retribution damage on the deck, you have to eat one of the status effects, either the ice or the fire. There's the parry right there. Caesar just throwing up that bar. But at this time, you're locked in here. You're going to do some Katsu. Wrong range, though. Right idea, wrong range. Good DP.
Alright, Jay Caesar getting in there again. Sweep activation. Oh my god, the range of that, though.
The medium kick, being able to activate off that. The poke button. Nice. One more hit to do it. Ah! The right one, but the flames are on. Flame on! Get out of the situation right here. Caesar can make the return. Even without a bar,
where's the overhead?
Pretty hard.
Doesn't matter.
Gets a throw. No go! Gets jumped in on the fireball call out.
One more though.
Jay Caesar with the ace fireball. Lazunoko gonna have to hold this. Spins a bar.
Gotta watch that timer too. Oh my god!
But he still gets the hit. Lazunoko dashing on in there, crouching medium kick fireball, and now is match point Lazunoko at the very last second. These have been some grindy games, some grindy matches at the precipice, at the wire. Makes him look at the stand at the wall again with the throw. Lazunoko has him cornered here. Jay Caesar with the unfortunate drop. You see the hiccup off this.
Alright, when in doubt, just EXDP it out.
They have those reversals on the deck. Can't take the pressure. We saw that before. Jay Caesar took too much damage, and the time winded down when he wasn't doing anything. EX coming through, using the one frame of armor to push him back down.
And
check this thing on the wall. You gotta hold this stun. You gotta hold this stun.
You know, it'd be kind of funny if the pyrokinesis actually melted you if you got hit by it.
Ooh. You do get that explosion. No, he tried to go for it. No go. But no conversion of the light. Lazunoko uses that final hit, though. Parry.
Gotta do something.
So I played that third strike. I played third strike, dog.
Okay.
It's a throw. Another one. Next time, try to get... Yeah, try to blow up a tech there, but defense. Speaking of patience, there was none from Jay Caesar, and Lazunoko hitting him with the V-trigger flame up. Sends him down and out of this tournament. Lazunoko exhibiting some great Gil play all the way through. I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to Gil, you kind of have to play a little wet and wild, okay? But the thing is, he didn't do that. He actually timed him out. Son of a good Gil.
Yeah.
Being able to lame out people in this game, especially when you have a weaker amount of tools, is a sign of like a very strong player. So Lazunoko going to be moving on to the bracket here, going to looks like fight
losers final against Shadow
man.
Ace. So this will be a
Shadow
good
Ace.
This will be a good one.
Now, I feel like in a matchup where a character has maybe not the best fireballs in the game, but like fireballs that are pretty slow paced, like the ice fireball from Gil, and then has an ease as well, kind of presents kind of a similar problem than how when you have to fight Urian when you're Ed, you have to deal with the fireball pressure, and it's hard maneuvering around all that. And when a lot more of the fireball pressure is around the gameplay, like it's even more work that you have to do as an Ed player. So I'm curious to see how Shadow Ace is going to be dealing with Lazunoko's Gil in that turn. You know, that's gonna be a difficult game. So we're gonna be getting up in it. Losers finals, people. Lazunoko versus Shadow Ace. So that's gonna be some Gil and Ed play. How do you feel about this, RJ?
I'm actually curious to see what V-Skill Shadow Ace goes with, because you could just run right through those fireballs, but at the same time, Shadow Ace looks like he's more comfortable with that V-Skill 1 and that capture. Although it was a little costly against Alex earlier, so let's see what he does. I hope he's not listening to me, because I don't want to commentate or curse him anymore.
No cheating or no cursing. Actually, I think you're right. I think the V skill kind of was an issue before. It didn't really help out. Let me move the end here. I feel like V skill 2 could help, but I feel like when you throw out the fireball with Gil, there's a quote unquote extra mix up that we saw before, right? We saw a slight mix up. Where you throw out the fireball, is there a lariat right behind it, right? Is there the dash and right after, the shoulder right after? And that creates kind of a problem. So if you time your V skill wrong, he's in. And he begins his game. And the thing I think about Gil is he's not super strong when it comes to his normals, but he's got some other strengths in terms of his trigger, in terms of the retribution system, in terms of setting up little situations like that where if you can't deal with fireballs, it's looking long, dog. It's looking long.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. Hopefully, just waiting on them to accept.
Right now, Lazunoko took a bathroom break real quick.
Okay.
But we're not going to be taking a break from this great Street Fighter V action, people. If you'll just hold with us a second, we'll just let you know that if you're in the area, make sure you guys check out the Smash.gg and know if you're in the qualifying area to come on through to Juicy, Game Night, Street Fighter V, or any of the other beautiful tournaments that they have, Tekken, Dragon Ball, and many more. And many, many, many more, my friends. So make sure you guys are looking at the Smash.gg.
We're always down
what's
for
going
suggestions.
On. That's another thing, too. If there's something out there that you guys want to play, some old school, as long as you come through, they'll allow it, right? That's the great thing about,
I feel like
Juicy.
Yeah, I feel like Alex has been missing his anime games, because we've had.
I missed Dengeki.
I was gonna say Dengeki Bunkai, the game that I did not expect. I did not expect that kind of viewership to come through on a Saturday night, right after Street Fighter V. I was like, "What?" the minute you see Dengeki on Twitter, people are like, "What stream?"
Yeah, man,
Like,
it's because the game has lots of love. The community has lots of love. I will 100%, literally, if I could, do $100 pop monthly with this game. I don't know, I will do it. I just need entrance.
if we could run it on Parsec too, that would be pretty
So
sick.
yeah, Sue from the Florida side has been testing it out with Jason. I forgot his full name. I don't know. He's a Marvel player, but they've been testing it out to see how it is. I will 100% love, because Dengeki on PS4, the online's not bad.
Okay.
So it's possible if we just region lock it and be good.
Yeah. Oh, Shadow Ace going with the normal costume.
I'm streaming Dengeki whenever I can, man.
I think Shadow Ace is all about business now. Got that Shadowloo costume going. Trying to just jump in.
Yo, he's got the purple stuff, and I like the triggers. I like the V skill. Using the V skill too. You were talking about the projectile stuff, but you also have to be careful, because if you throw that out, and Lazunoko using the lariat right after, it might be a problem later on. Right? Like, Lazunoko would be like, "Oh, you're gonna start using this in the middle of my strings? You're gonna start using this to deal with the fireball pressure." I got something for you. And we'll see if it even happens here. EXDP whiff, unfortunate block right here. Punish from Lazunoko with the B-trigger stuff. And this is bad because it's retribution style. That means damage upon damage. And this man is cooking, simmering. This might be a well-done egg.
He's in the corner too, just okay. He skills out, dashing in, gets the grab. Let's see.
Counter hit, DP right there. Pulls him closer again. Gets the throw again. One more hit will do it. Instant overhead, the fuzzy stuff.
You know, maybe that that basic capture wasn't working, but this enhanced capture looking really good right now.
Yeah, I mean, the V skill it's starting to come into play. Oh, nice crush right here. But let's see how far it lasts. This could this is the first of 3, right? You've got a long time to play. Good sequence adjustments here and there. Nice conversion right here. Picking him up again, and with the flame effect, it's gonna make every hit count, especially with throws. To make them almost command grab level of damage.
Yeah, Shadow is just taking these burns right now. Ooh.
He's on Twitter, dog. His friends are roasting him, dog. His friends are roasting him. What are those?
God.
That's a CA. I know that.
Avert your eyes, kid. Those who are sensitive to bright lights. Oh,
What
finished
a
it up
dog.
with a
He
grab.
dashed up. The dash up throw, the disrespect. At that same time, you know, Shadow Ace could have woke up with a reversal, but at the same time, Lazunoko could take that. He still had the health lead. Punish. Never mind. Had the EXDP locked loaded right behind Shadow Ace with the
Again.
tricky smart stuff right here.
Meter management, I mean, you never really know. He just docks up on those resources and then just busts them out.
I don't think it's a bad idea, too. Like, again, you use one bar, and you can build another bar later on. It's no big deal. The pickup right here. Squirrel kick. Quote-unquote squirrel kick. The gill kick, I'd say. I'll give him a different name, because Urian's is squirrel kick. I don't know what Gill's name is, but it's Gill's kick right here.
Gill's
B-skill landed raw. At the corner. Yes, activation. You had to do it right here to keep the plus range going.
Oh, jumps right into the fire though. And again, he's burning. Did he just wait? Hold on. Was that a? Did he just parry him and still get that?
That's the
My eyes
unfortunate
deceived
thing. You didn't finish it off. Got to finish your play. Speaking of not finishing a play, Lazunoko still alive. I still see the bar at the bottom. He can still cook. He still got butter in the skillet. It won't be sticking to the pan.
Gotta watch out. He can
do
just
it
easily
soon.
come at you.
That's the thing about this character, the fast dash of Ed and that walk speed. It's gonna be a problem. Fastest dash, I should say. Not even daring to parry, not even just blocking it out. Trying to get the instant overhead. No go falls
Nice.
on his head with a jumping heavy kick. I thought it was going to be an anti-air from Lazunoko, but no go. Didn't even fall in the fireball. Looks like Shadow's gonna take that first one right here in the first of 3.
It's all business. That uniform means it's all business. Ooh,
The
we're
way he's
going
playing
to-
is all business too.
Well, I thought we were going back to the lobby for a second.
Ah, dog, my man, sticking with it. Lazunoko, guild player. A lot of people, have dropped this character, but I be one of them. But Lazunoko has, found his style in this character. He's willing to write it out. Who knows? It could be some big changes upon the way, but he's working with this character right now for a reason. But the throw game from Shadow Ace working out great tech though, stays alive and lets us stun. Stay down just a little bit, doesn't increase B skill max distance, hard to punish. Same thing with the heavy kick too.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, the
counter.
crush! Gotta sit with that
And again,
bar.
the V-skill.
That B skill doing dividends, doing damage.
This is the aggression that Shadow Ace needs to keep going with. Because when he's aggressive like this, he can set the pace and control the tempo. But now Lazunoko. Watch the ice. Oh! Last hit whiffed.
He needs some more. I think with one bar, you definitely could do some big damage right here, right? One bar, V-trigger still stocked up. Trying to be finicky, trying to be wily, and it lands with a heavy punch. That was a counter hit. Not enough to do it.
He's using that EX.
Oh, the parry!
The little
but
jet.
unfortunate. That's the thing is, like, when you parry things, on the other hand, the other person kind of locks you down, so you have to guess what they're going to do. Are they going to dash up and do a button? Are they going to do nothing at all? But the EXDP, Shadow Ace putting him closer against the wall. Gets a throw again, but the wake-up buttons. The thing about Gil, that's unfortunate. His smash, his three-frame reversal right there, you don't get too much off of that in extension, so there's not much of like, oh, I can get out of this corner if I can, land these hits or whatever, do some damage. So like, if you get hit with a light from him, like a counter hit light, it doesn't do that much. So now the activation, this could do a lot. He's in front! The mix!
Almost getting close to stun.
The wake up. That's what's for dinner? It's smash.
Activate now. Alright, Lazanoka ready for that, but got quick low. Shadow Ace though.
The reversal. Great life. Bill on the deck. Either person can take this. This is important for Shadow Ace. He's got to take this. I feel like he's got to take this now. Set the pace, set the momentum. Is this an upper chip? No dip. There we go. No guac. No salsa. No problem. Shadow Ace doing it dry and doing 2 up on the board right here. 1 more to go. And you were saying before, you're sticking close, keeping the momentum on. Super important, I think, in this match, because I feel like the poke game from Gil from like mid distance enough to kind of take down Ed and take down a lot of what he wants to do with his normals. So Shadow Ace just gets all up in that face. He can smell the breath, and he's going in for the final game right here. This might be the final game to determine who's going to be in grand finals, but we'll have to see.
Shadow Ace too. I've been noticing he's taking a lot more. I don't know what those jabs were, but I have been noticing too. He's been taking advantage of Ed's plus frames a lot more. That standing medium punch, the flicker.
Oh, okay. Trying to stay with it, trying to keep the pressure on. Nice buffer off the medium. The blocks on the low right there. But here we go, another buffer. Closer to the corner. Gets the EX activation. Great tech. The reason why I say great tech a lot, like you don't want to, take too many throws here, especially with this character, especially when you have the fire and the flames on you like that. But didn't get the anti-air right there. Don't call it V-skill chase down. EXCP not respecting him at all.
Oh, we're getting fancy here. I'm gonna try to cross him up.
He is on right here. Lazanoka making this man burn. Parry punish. If you would have completed the combo, that would have been it right there. All he had to do was dial it into the lariat. That would have been it. If the overhead does not count, though. Does not land, I mean.
He was hoping for Lazanoka to jump up with him.
Either person can take this right now. This is big for Shadow Ace. This will put him on match point, but the check right there. The check. I'll take it to go. Lazanoka finally putting a round on the board and possibly putting a game on the board today. Nice anti-air. Set the pace here. There's a throw though. Shadow Ace, okay, backing off. I was gonna say might be dashing, trying to get through. B-skill EXTP again. Is this what Ed players do? Is this what Ed boys do? B-skill EXTP?
I mean, one of those things, yes. A lot.
He hasn't been punished for it, so like at the same time, until they present something different, keep running the game plan. No big deal. I get it.
And there it is.
Counter hit. Doesn't get a combo. Yeah, didn't get the combo off the heavy.
Dunk.
Back throw. Jump heavy. Doesn't even need the super right there. Lazanoka looking a lot better.
Gil wins.
And that time you noticed too, Shadow Ace not as aggressive those last 2 rounds, and that's really when the momentum turned for him in winners finals. So you gotta wonder if he's a little nervous or if he's just trying to figure out a game plan here.
I kind of wonder too, because on one hand, we've seen Shadow Ace kind of keep that aggression on. We've also seen some mistakes here and there, and Lazanoka punishing kind. There have been a few times where Lazanoka could have got a bigger punish, but at the same time, Lazanoka starting to figure something out. But we might be seeing a switch, right? We went to the BL, either it's a switch of costumes or
maybe
a different character.
I want to say it's probably a V skill or V trigger change, but again, every time I talk about Shadow Ace, the opposite thing happens. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I think Shadow Ace was the one that went. I didn't see the battle launch, but I think he was the one that didn't go to the Battle Lounge. It was Lazunoko that went there. So
Okay.
I would hope that Lazunoko stays with what he has in terms of So just switching the costume, I guess.
The V skill for Shadow Ace now going to V skill 1. So he's got 2 catchers now. And a costume color change.
Oh, maybe he was the one that went to Battle Lounge. It was him that went there. Okay.
Yeah, so now he's got 2 catchers. Catcher in the Rye. Oh, that one traded.
Air to air.
Yeah, and that actually helps him with that V skill change because now Shadow Ace has another tool to get himself closer to Lazunoko and apply some of that pressure. Just like that.
Alright, gets the pickup. Now he's on fire. And this is the thing, is like when the flames are on, the only thing on the other person to come to you and get it off right there with the trade. That's gonna take it off. The V skill. Oh, I love that shimmy. Gets the bait right here. Activate.
So that's one trade-off that Shadow Ace loses. He loses the ability to run through those fireballs, but now he's got another tool to bring himself closer.
I think when you want to keep the pressure on, that's a smart idea, but it's not smart to run it into these buttons, my friend. Lazunoko spinning for the super to try to even things out. An expensive round, but a good one all the same. Lazunoko with the CA finish.
Round 2.
Still, Shadow Ace, I always just yet. Remember, Shadow Ace is on game point. EX gets blown up here with the jumping heavy. Oh, finds a counter hit. Doesn't believe. You gotta believe, my friend. He's still pick up right here. And the buffers. Lazunoko looking a lot more solid right now. Being a little more active in the neutral, and then also kind of throwing out more normals. And, playing at the ranges that, Shadow Ace wants to play at, instead of being super close, though. Being about, like, maybe a person and a half away, or just, like, fading in and outside that realm.
Yeah,
and then also implementing more of the parries.
And it's not looking good because Shadow Ace had no answer for those fireballs. Lazunoko takes this game, and now we're at 2-2.
Gil win.
Playing close like that with the fireballs, being a little more aggressive and really throwing out the parry, though risky, is starting to give more signs of life to Lazunoko. Starting to give him more tools to work with and more mental stack for Shadow Ace to have to deal with.
Yeah, and Shadow Ace just electing to stick with this this V skill V trigger combo. Gotta wonder though.
Start with it.
Oh, I was gonna say you gotta wonder what adjustments you can make for those fireballs, but so far so good for Shadow Ace. 2 flickers.
For the face like there.
Can't get a third one going. That's all right. Brings him closer to him again.
There you go. There's your third one that you were wanting for, that you were hunting for. Shadow Ace get the pick off. But you'll get this one right here. Retribution. Damage is done. Building down. Shadow Ace just backing off, letting that build down with a double dash. Great tack though.
Yeah,
and this conversion off of that.
Got him in the air. And again, this is what's going to be interesting. Yeah, this is what's going to be interesting. Just the way he has to deal with these fireballs now. Can't V-skill through them.
He's got to stay close, right? Like, you don't want to let Lazunoko pull it off! And he pulled off the greatest of parries right there, being able to take, some distance, some damage. But Shadow Ace with the return right here with the crush, be able to activate the backdash, able to escape outside the hitbox of that snatcher right there. V-trigger flavored. Wow.
Good
back throw, though.
Oh, man.
We have only seen one of those instant overheads land, or maybe 2 of those, but not many. Unfortunate for Shadow Ace. Has to back off. He's got the lead. You got to be careful about going in, my friend.
Oh, nice.
The jump in to do it. I love that option. You saw Lazunoko when he's about full screen, and when, desperation is at the door, he will try to, come in any which way he can. And Alariat was a way to do it. The parry right there, being able to build some bar up, but Shadow Ace is on match point here. Good jump in, DP ender right here. Kick ender, I should say.
Anti-air from Lazunoko. Shadow Ace now activates double parry.
Yo, my man's looking like third strike out here. He's no hipster. He played that game. V reversal. What's the great left on the board? Switching positions. Wasted all the bar. That's unfortunate. You waste all that bar, you don't get to do an EXDP. That's what the M players want to do.
Oh!
Fireball coming through. Yeah, able to land. Oh no. RJ.
Gets
oh,
another
no.
jump in.
Oh, the
Gets
jump
another
in.
jump in.
One more hit to do with the EX. You can't press a button here. You got to be super careful. Blocks everything. But for how long? Shadow Ace pulls him close, trying to get the instant overhead. Doesn't land again.
Oh,
no go with the parry, but that wasn't enough. Too many hits
Two
to
hits.
do it.
2 hits.
Shadow Ace. Shadow Ace out here. Whew. And now
A
he's the
nail
one.
butter. Yeah, that EX version of his fireball is a 2-hit, so yeah, you can parry the first. Gotta watch out for that second one though.
And that's the thing, is like when they've been throwing out fireballs and things like that, that's a mental stack thing, right? You can't be always prepared for that. When they throw that out, you got to be, aware, but you got to worry about like, jumps and dashes and all that stuff like that. It all adds up. So, in training mode, I'm sure that's something you could find out and, deal with. But in the heat of battle, things are way different. So shout out to Lazunoko for some great play. But it will be Shadow Ace moving on in the loser side of Juicy Game Night Street Fighter 5. The bracket people, thank you for coming through and enjoying this great Street Fighter 5 action with us as we move to our grand finals, where Itachi's Legacy sits on the winner's side. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, it was Alex.
Alex Dot.
My
It's
bad.
the run back. The run back from winners finals.
I was looking at the wrong one. I didn't update the bracket. My fault, but again, appreciate people for coming through and having fun with us. Getting ready for the CPT NA East 2 coming this weekend. I'm excited, obviously, and I know you guys are too, training up there. Actually, if you're in the chat, let me know if you entered. Let me know if you came through.
I was going to, but my work schedule on Saturday scheduled me an hour later than orientation. So I was like, oh. Oh man. I'm not gonna mention any corporate entities, but yeah. I will be watching from my phone while I'm at work. Except no, I'm not. If you're a certain corporation that happens to have me employed from the hours of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, you won't be there, but other people will be there, and we are here, people. This is grand finals. Alex Dot in the winner's side, and unfortunately, it will be Shadow Ace in the loser side. Gonna have to beat Alex Dot twice, 2 sets, reset the bracket, blow him down the dungeon.
You gotta fight 2 sets with that Blanca. 2 sets.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
As I said before, this is a run back, right? This is the return, the revenge, and we have 2 sets. But at the same time, Shadow Ace has had time to kind of ruminate that loss in his mind. And if you're Alex Dot, you're only thinking about what's in front of you and maybe the immediacy kind of thing. Like, oh, like now I got to fight him. Like now you know that you've got to fight him. But you didn't have to know. You didn't know that maybe 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, right? You were just thinking, anybody that comes up, I just have to be mentally prepared for, and I won't have the time to prepare in terms of like Batman, preparation. It's just gonna be like the quick and easy, right? The Little Caesars, the quick and easy one. So it may be something where it helps out. Shadow Ace's been having the time to ruminate and think about his loss, what he did wrong, and implement what he needs to do right.
And on that note, too, my eyes are on his V-skill and V-trigger combo, because if he goes with that catcher and enhanced snatcher again, that could help him bring Alex Dot closer to him and apply some of that pressure that he needs to stay aggressive. Oh, he went tracksuit? Oh, man, what does this mean?
Means he want to take a costume, dog.
No, I think the Atlanta guys always use the tracksuit, because I know Alex Dot used it last week, too. Maybe it's a sign of camaraderie for the Atlanta folks.
It's possible. It's also possible that Shadow Ace makes it through and resets the bracket. People, I want to see Sports Street Fighter, and I know you guys too. Shadow Ace off to a great start here, has him pinned to the corner.
Yeah, and like I said too, he's using that same V-skill V-trigger combo as last match, and applying that pressure in the corner.
Dog slathered and lathered in that pressure. There's the activation off the crouching heavy back throw though. Alex Dot going in with another throw.
Oh, catches him.
The up kick, but the EXDP right here, the reversal right here. Gotta be super careful. Alex.Dot can take this, but
nice.
unfortunately, Shadow Ace just catches him too low, dog. Made him say Figaro, and now, here we go. Shadow Ace with a round up, looking super strong right here.
EXDP. Oh, EX upper. Sorry, force habit.
You know, same difference. Sometimes you gotta hit with the government, right?
Force
The
habit.
government name of the game.
We know what it is. There it is again. EX
Yeah.
Psycho upper. I'm not gonna disrespect.
Baits
the
it out.
players.
Yo, speaking of disrespect, you try to disrespect on that wake up, but that was a punish. EX on the other side, though. Great tech. There's the activation. You know it was coming. You see the bar at the bottom. You knew it was coming. Hold him down. EX, though, right through the B skill. Unfortunate now the activation. Oh, he tried. He was waiting for a DP. None came. Shadow Ace going in with the B trigger, trying to find the hit to do it for the CA, but there's none. Alex.Dot evening things out.
But I like the pressure from Shadow Ace at the end of that though. Using that V skill or V trigger, trying to get some plus. Oh, into the super to start this round.
I said I'll play with you. Let's see what else is on the menu here. The double dash gets interrupted. The normal dash, sorry, gets interrupted. The scoop up gets the slide. Alex.Dot applying a lot more pressure, a lot more aggression. So he's fighting back with the flickers, and on the other side, catching him not
EX is through that.
Speed not blocking. Here we go. Is there going to be a mix here? Trying to go for the throw. There's holding north for dear life. Oh man, the damage off this EXDP. The EX blockable, I'm sorry, on the other side.
Back into the
throw.
corner.
Activation. Has to do it now. Do it now, Gohan.
Okay,
Interrupts
jabs
the EX.
out,
That's super dangerous. That was dangerous, man. If that would have got caught,
Yeah.
that would have been the end game right there.
Shadow is trying to just apply this pressure, but look at the corner carry.
I called him pressing the button there, but the EXDP, we busted it out, baby.
All of that just for an EX Blanca ball. That hurts.
Of course, Alex.Dot deserves CPT level commentary with this level of action, this level of play. Hi, Jax, how you doing? But Alex.Dot, you know, this was even, right? This is a lot more even than what we saw before between the two players. It was down to the wire for that first match. So this, to me, sets the pace, the tone of the match. And if you're either of the players, you want to be able to, you know, put your foot on the gas, like right now, in my opinion. If it's getting that close, you got to make the adjustments real quick, right?
Right now, looking at, oh my god, again. Just how many EX Blanca balls are we going to see? There we go.
If you're Blanca, you got to let this character kind of, you know, fall on his sword, right? It's the pickup right here.
And activate. Now he's got two catchers. Oh, but again.
EX though! My man spent all those bars to get it done. Damn done did it.
Wind up the pitch, swings, and connects this time.
It was all a part of the plan, man. All a part of the plan. Shadow Ace able to take that round with two EX bars right there, the XVP at the end. Smart stuff, being able to recover in time, knowing he's going to be able to recover in time and get the punch. Do the punch. Alex.Dot, though, never mind. Gets blown off. You'll say he was going in, but, you know, Shadow Ace again with the reverses, EX flavor.
Oh, gets him with that crush.
The timing from Shadow Ace's buttons aren't working out money style out here.
Trying to get that crosser. That's okay, just get closer.
Activation here? Oh, here we go. This
Roller
character
coaster.
really shines in B trigger. Gotta be close enough. He's gotta have bar to really make it count. Speaking of bar,
Sweep activate.
B trigger right here. Oh, the meaty stuff. No beacon. But backs off with Alex.Dot, trying to find a way through the fireballs. Be careful that low.
Nice, there it is. Oh, one more pixel.
Finish. Yeah, gotta dial out.
Sneeze one.
Get closer. B reversal. Now you gotta hold this. The chip, no dip. Damn, you saw that he had no V bar at the bottom either too. He had no V bar. He just used a V reversal right there. So Shadow Ace was like, "I'm gonna let this sucker loose because you can't do nothing about it."
Yeah, whether he blocked it or whether he took it. So now we're tied up at 1-1. Alex Dot Dot still unleashing the shenanigans, but Shadow Ace now, I'm noticing that he's getting a lot better at spacing and being able to just kind of place himself in positions where he can answer the Blanca balls now. Whereas in winners finals, he was just kind of taking it as it went.
The stagger of his buttons too as well. You see the crush, you know, off the sweep quite a few times. Like, you know, throw out a button and then he'll wait a second and then you'll see him throw out the crush button because he wants Alex Dot Dot to kind of get lulled into a false sense of security. And it works out. Not there. Not there, my friend.
He was ready.
You tried to do it twice. It wasn't nice, man. Two unfortunate, problematic moves right there that were negative, especially that EXP, but the punch now being able to activate may turn things around, though.
Oh, jump back into the EX block.
Round 2.
All right, Alex Dot Dot. You know, you know what's in his head right now. He's already got one on the board. That's how you know he's increasing the tempo. He's increasing the tempo of this match right here. The chase out the V reversal. No go. EXDP. Shadow Ace is liberal with those. My man's throwing those out. You gotta be super careful and keep aware of those if you're Alex Dot Dot, because those have been punish points, right? Those have been actually putting Shadow Ace in a few problem areas. So you know, if you're Alex Dot Dot, you keep that in mind. This man's gonna bust out. Maybe you have to, you know, wait a second and let him let those suckers fly. He just taunt.
He just scratching himself there.
My man said,
got a
you know,
little bit of
let me take a break.
Got
let me take a break and stretch myself.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something bad about Blanca players, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't trying to have a blow up, man. I ain't trying to have a blow up, dog.
Not yet. Not right now.
Not yet. No, I'm good. I'm good. Just as good as the CA was right here. Not enough to kill, but it's gonna put Shadow Ace in a good position. A healthy lead and the corner position too as well. Lots to work with, but now this can all turn around. V-trigger activation. The delay. Rise right here to stay alive. Get mixed.
Another attempted jump and see. That's the other thing too.
I don't know what that was.
Well, that's the other thing too. The fact that Shadow Ace doesn't have an overhead means he's constantly trying to just jump in and get something. And I wonder if that's the difference between blocks the EX cycle again. But yeah, I'm wondering if like Ed's lack of an overhead for this matchup is a really key factor.
I feel like it's a key factor in, like, you know, a lot of matches. Your approach is a little bit more telegraphed because you have to dash in. You can't open them up. You have to go for a throw, or they have to attack. You know, at that point, you just take the throws over and over again. You haven't seen too many attacks on the side of Alex Dot Dot. You know, Shadow Ace. You know, see, you can take these throws. It's not a big deal because the reverse is you get crushed. You don't really have to worry about an overhead. Man, good DP though, right here. Pick up on that combo. Shadow Ace trying to keep the pressure on with the snatch or put the webbing on him like Spider-Man. Interrupt. Knocks that out with a jab, going for the EX. I like the fadeaway. Still able to recover in time. Alex Dot Dot.
Brings him closer. Nice shimmy into super. Oh my god. 2 on the board now for Shadow Ace.
Shadow Ace. Looking to reset the bracket. Hungry for the run back, and he's getting it, right? And again, if you are, you know, if you're Alex Dot Dot, you gotta start doing it, right? You gotta start doing the damn thing. You do not want this guy to get the momentum. You don't want him to get the pressure. He seems like he's got enough answers in this matchup. You know, this is a matchup that, you know, you see a lot. Personally, I don't see a lot myself, but it looks like Shadow Ace is developing a game plan against Alex Dot Dot. Not only against the character, but against the player. In terms of his spacing, in terms of when he's pressing buttons, staggering his approach, in terms of letting the EXCTs and the reversals fly, and Alex Dot Dot just taking too much damage and not getting enough in return.
Yeah, and I think this aggression here from Shadow Ace is really helping him out because that in that winners finals, when he kind of eased up a little bit, Alex Dot Dot was just able to open him up. But right now, look at that. Look at the aggression here from Shadow Ace.
Yeah, Shadow Ace still has a fat lead. Nice anti-air. Gets a throw. The Blanca bite. Activation now. Safe enough room to do it. The V reversal is going to switch sides. Oh, man. Guess he'll come back from this. Got a bar to work with. Or great blocks until the jump.
Just jumping up there.
Neutral jump. I love it, RJ. He held north, so he didn't go south.
Now Shadow Ace just one round away from resetting this bracket.
Such a strong start. This is a super strong start. You know, like in terms of resetting the bracket, getting the momentum going. And again, no punish on an EXP piece. Yo, the double. Yo, the double down the teabag, dog.
Okay.
Let me check make sure my stick is working. Let me check and make sure my stick is working.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Blows up.
Make sure the down is functioning.
Of course. Blows up the Vera Russell right there with the throw. Backs off. Shadow Ace in a good position right here, but you do not want to be in a position where that teabag was a bad idea. Where you're like, damn, I lost that. You got to win it, man, for it to count.
Ooh, and again, Shadow Ace gets Alex Dot in the corner now, gets that EX going. That EX Fireball too is really tricky because it just comes at you kind of unexpected.
Kind of plus, too.
Yeah.
I'm locked in the corner. The flip out. Shadow Ace.
Reverses out, gets him.
And that's enough.
We got ourselves
bracket.
Beautiful.
RJ.
Just beautiful.
What's going on?
What's
going on?
What's going on is Shadow Ace now using those using the Snatcher and Enhanced Snatcher to just keep Alex Dot within reach and just going at him with that barrage, the flickers, the fists, the fist of fury. I'm not an Ed player. Well, I'm not biased. What?
For you, you'll love to see it. But I'm sure the audience loves to see it too. This is the reset of the bracket here of Grand Finals, Juicy Game Night, Street Fighter V, Shadow Ace, dragged on the losers.
Wait a minute. Did you see what he just said in the chat? Did you see what he just said? Can't start the show without the star. Oh man,
someone's feeling themselves.
Throwing the default trash talk into the Battle Lounge chat.
That's the rude stuff, dog. But that gameplay been rude too. Let's see who's gonna be the one taking it now in this Grand Finals reset. And honestly, it's looking like there's a developed game plan. There's a developed system that he has, a template that he's running, and he's not deviating too much from it. And I'm telling you, those reversals are flying, and we're not seeing too much of a punish. And again, one of the things that Blanka, just doesn't excel at is I don't think his neutral game is that good. I've said it. Rob TV was saying it, and I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it right now. You have to put the trickiness on the deck, and if you can't be tricky. You're not gonna get the treats. All right, just how it be. Blanka, unfortunately, not doing enough. Alex Dot not doing enough. And now Shadow Ace has got the momentum. He's going in. But for how long? Now switch to this new B skill. The ground pound right there. The electric ground pound. He pulling up the course from the ground, dog. Let's see, though, how this is going to be changing the landscape. Because he's got to be doing something different, right? We haven't really seen too many of the coward jumps or like that, or the B-skill jumps in general, from Alex Dot being used in a particular fashion. So he's got to switch
Shadow
it up.
Ace, though, still just pumping up the aggression, pumping it out there. Ooh, it seems like every time Alex Dot is able to catch him with those EX Blanca balls in the air.
Walks across up, gets a throw, dash up. No meaty. Again, block until that happened. Unfortunately, let go of the controller and got blessed by the dome. Got crowned with the dude. Shadow Ace up 1.
Stuffing the EX Blanca ball now.
That's good. Make him waste that bar right there. No reversal. You ain't gonna worry about much. He doesn't remember. He doesn't have a 3 frame. Can't go in.
Nice.
I'm not sure the properties of that B skill. I'm not, sure the properties of that B skill, but I'm sure he's trying to use that against the fireball pressure right here. Ryan's getting pressure with this CA. This is big damage right here. It's going to give Alex Dot a hefty deficit. EXDP, though. We busted out. I got one of those too, my friend.
Just got to get something going now.
Yeah.
But again, Shadow is just pressure. And again, just being dragging Alex Dot in and then shimmying back to punish him.
Cross up right here, the pickup.
Jumps over the ground.
Extension.
And a throw of his own. Shadow Ace now takes that first one.
Oh no. Oh no.
Life has many doors, Ed boys. Too much for couch potato Ed boys like yourselves.
My man's inviting him over. He's got the pig out. He's like, dog, you don't know what's about to happen, but I know what's about to happen. We might be seeing a character switch. So, you know, I do see we saw the Blanca, right? I do see a Honda. I do see an E Honda on the deck. Could this be the switch that he needs? A different character.
Shadow Ace again talking in that battle lounge chat. It's his duty.
Oh, man.
He said, I'll fight this battle.
This might be
Why?
looking
'Cause it's my
long.
duty.
This might be a quick one, a quick duty, because my man's gameplay looking like duty out here. Shadow Ace is going in, and he is not quitting with the pressure, with the consistency. And if I feel like you switch right now, there's only two ways. It's a long go. It's a long road. And with a character you maybe not as familiar with, I don't know. But maybe he's got a game plan. Let's see what happens here. The switch to Honda. The ignorant stuff, this might be the possibility, or maybe back to a different V skill. We're not sure as we get into this match here. Let's see what he picked. It's, back to the cower crouch, switching the V skill out, saying that one didn't do the work. Now, you got to do the work, with this character, with the V skill loadout. You only got 2 to play. Shadow Ace looking super strong. This might be a clean sweep, brother.
Fight.
Right off the bat, Shadow Ace just throwing the fireballs out.
V skill. Sends him down. The downward dog. Left eye. Already losing
The flickers.
The flickers. It's
Another
jabbing,
one.
man. And the thing is, like, Shadow Ace, like, he shifts up his pressure. You see the crack shoot coming through. Holds him down with the meaty stuff.
Nice
my God,
punish.
the shimmy. This is looking bad.
Can't count Alex Dot out yet, though. He activates, but
EXTP
reverses into the EX.
until
Blocks.
see the timing. Oh, but the V trigger, I didn't even see the V trigger had been popped. Was able to get out of the situation, and now trying to lock Shadow Ace down, backing away. But again, Shadow Ace with all this room to play with, all this bar to play with, he's perfectly fine with doing it. With backdashing and going
And
for the
just
punish and the
a
check to
little
do
jab.
it. Do you see Blanca's face like that? My man's like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I'm getting pieced up. Shadow Ace is 1 round away from game point.
I think Shadow Ace has really just learned the matchup, and he's made all the right adjustments so far. And again, just keeping his foot on the gas pedal, staying aggressive, not letting Alex Dot get out of there. Even the EX stuffed.
Wow,
Oh
didn't
my
even punch
goodness.
the EX. There's too
Oh
much
my
oppression.
goodness.
There's too much mental stack going on. He can't break free.
He's
My
just
man is
throwing-
chained up.
He's throwing everything at him. All right, Alex Dot out of that corner now. Trying to get something going. Gets the crush. Roller coaster time? No.
Yup. Yeah, didn't get too much off of that. EX lands. Try to dash in, counter hit. Activation. Using that chain of sequence right there to be able to activate off the sweep. But here's the throw. The Gray Life helping out quite a bit here. EX lands again, but Shadow Ace sitting on that bar seat to find that hit. RJ, he sees that find that final hit to do it. You're up to the overhead.
I don't think
And
so,
this should be
though.
Enough.
Oh. And that was
RJ.
That was 2
Oh,
rounds. That was 2 rounds. Shadow Ace is up 2-0. What's happening? What is going on? You know what's going on? Aggressive Ed. That's what I'm seeing. If we had a stats guy like NBA style who could track things like punches thrown versus blocks versus activations, everything, I think Shadow Ace would definitely be more on the offensive side.
We'll see. It's not over yet. I'm never going to count anybody else, anybody out. He has made it this far. He's done it through winner's side. But at the same time, Shadow Ace has. I've seen the. He's like, it's like I feel like he's learning this matchup as he goes along. He always has an answer, and sometimes he's trying things out in the neutral and it works, and he just sticks with it. He just adds it to his toolkit, and it's adding up to the finality.
Yeah,
Shadow Ace is 1 game point away.
I like his confidence now of dealing with his Blanca balls too, and being able to just time himself and either punish it with a sweep or just even that last round, he was just blocking and just keeping himself on the offensive afterwards. But again,
Here we go, people. This could be the final one right here, or we could be seeing some more Street Fighter 5 action, Florida style.
don't forget, Shadow Ace was up 2-0 before 2 in winners finals, and Alex Dot Dot made the adjustments. But this is crunch time now. This is like you are locked in. You are stuck with what you got. Oh,
No, he didn't.
my goodness.
No,
Oh,
he
my
did
goodness.
not.
I just said he's locked
What
in.
a time to pick a different character.
I said you're locked in and you're stuck with what you got, and now you're stuck with Honda.
My man's locked in. COVID style wants to leave the house, but no go. You are locked in with this character all the way. Now it's time to play Shadow Ace in a great position right here. Let's see if you know how to play this character, Alex Dot Dot, because Shadow Ace is going with the double dash. Protect those stays alive.
Shadow is still bringing the aggression, though. He's like, I don't care what character you pick. Gets the cross up.
At this point, you sit him pretty, you might as well. And I think against Honda, you definitely have to lay the aggression on. Can't let him twirl you. Nice EXDP. Push him to the corner. Great tag. EX. Follow up right here. The butt stain right here. But Alex Dot has yet to even activate or use any of his V skill stuff at all. He seems at a little bit of a loss here, but now finally the activation off the court, or the heavy kick right here. Court heavy kick, sorry. Throw to the corner. Instant overhead, no go. Shadow Ace pulling, playing with them.
Yeah, he can just take his time with the uh-oh.
But don't do it too long, dog. Don't too long. This character has a ton of damage. The fade away. Match point Shadow Ace.
Good decision to jump over that and get that cross line. But now Alex Dot Dot. Alex Dot Dot now. A lot more offensive, a lot more aggressive here.
I feel like you got to be more aggressive if you're Honda, right? Like at least in this matchup, you can't be letting the fireballs fly. That's a difficult thing you have to deal with. And I think Ed has good ways around the normal butt stops and things like that. So it's just an obstacle course. But here's the EX able to catch, and there's a crush as well. Follow up, charged up and stocked up. The interruption doesn't even let him get the V-trigger stuff going. I love that. Now Shadow Ace has popped one of his own. It's CA time. How's he gonna land it though? The armor saves him. What's the wake up option? Wake up super Shadow Ace. I don't know if it's gonna kill. I'm gonna hold my tongue.
Oh,
it's a big point, but it doesn't matter. Shadow Ace gonna take it over Alex Dot Dot. The change wasn't enough. Shadow Ace is your victor of Juicy Game Night Street Fighter V tournament this week.